Oh my god. I just made the DeJounte Murray video for the Hawks, talking about how we're a championship contender. USC and UCLA to the Big Ten. Now this what is that? Now this hasn't been finalized yet, but this is huge. I mean, wow. I was about to make a video talking about every conference's division situation. And I was about to say, well, the Big Ten, might keep divisions because, they still have, what was I going to say? They still have, they're not making any changes to their teams or anything. So they still might keep divisions. I was about to talk about how every other conference was going to go away from that. Now I don't think that's the case anymore. I think now, but let's just focus on the main topic here: USC and UCLA. I mean, this is huge, honestly. I did not expect this. You thought USC was going to be the team to save the Pac-12, win a couple of natties out west. Not the case anymore. They're moving to the Big Ten, and the Pac-12 is just scrambling. Now the Pac-12 has to make some changes now. They're not going to have 10 teams. That's not going to happen. Or at least I doubt it happens. Now, this is not finalized. They're considering. As you see at the bottom, they're considering. So this isn't, finalized or anything, but this could happen as early as 2024. If this does happen, which it probably will, because it's not finalized yet, but it probably will happen, in my opinion. The Pac-12's just they gotta add more teams. I don't think it's gonna go away or whatever. They could maybe make it with 10 teams, but I think they gotta add more. Boise State, San Jose State, San Diego State. There's options out there. That Fresno State, they can, they should be able to find a couple of teams. But I'm a little bit. This is just blindsiding me. This is a blindside. Nobody sensed any of this coming. This is so. Now, if this doesn't happen, then if this doesn't happen, then I guess the Big Ten could still probably keep divisions. If they somehow kept divisions with UCLA and USC joining, they do the same thing the SEC is right now with the rotate, because they wouldn't play 10 conference games. That's not happening. They would probably rotate every 7-8 years, but that's unlikely. So if USC and UCLA join the Big Ten, they're probably going to go to like a 3-6-6 model. That's just probably going to happen. If not, the Big Ten could probably still eliminate divisions, or they might just keep divisions. Who knows? For UCLA now, going to USC and UCLA, I don't really know if this is a good decision. Why not stay out west and dominate the Pac-12 and get a free playoff ticket every year, which is what USC could probably get if they just stayed out west? Because if USC can become what they're supposed to be under Lincoln Riley, and the defense gets better, which is why I think he went to USC in the first place. I don't think he had the recruiting. I don't think he could get those defense players to Oklahoma. If he can do what he's supposed to do at USC, he could get pretty much a free playoff ticket every year, especially including the 12-team playoff. But even the 4-team playoff, if USC, if they could be close, if they can even be close to as dominant they were in the 2000s, and go 11, at least go 11-1, 12-1, and just sneak into the playoffs. I mean, so why not just stay out west and do that? Maybe win a natty or two. You know, well now, and this probably has to do with money too. What was I gonna say? Now you got to battle through the Big Ten, Ohio State. They're gonna be they're gonna still be at top of the level while you come in. Michigan, Michigan's still a great team. Especially have a lot of potential next year. I think Michigan State, a lot of future potential there. Penn State, that they're still Wisconsin, Iowa, and it also depends which they would join the Big Ten West if this were to happen. If they even kept divisions. So if you're wondering, but I don't see them really keeping divisions. Now you got USC and UCLA too. UCLA, I mean, it gives them more recognition. Wherever UCLA goes, they're probably going to follow them. I mean, that just makes sense. I mean, UCLA is a good program. I do think it matters where they go. Maybe they think if they join the Big Ten, they can get better recruiting. That's possible. USC's been recruiting top 5 for 10 plus years. Same with Texas. So, I mean, joining a different conference is not really, we're going to fix your problems. Your problems have been coaching and development. That's what your problems have been. And sustainability. I mean, you've been firing and hiring coaches every 3 years. So, I mean, that's what the USC and Texas problem have been. Not recruiting, which is what, conference realignment. Why is it, what? All right, moving on. I don't know what's going on. But, USC, UCLA, I mean, this, the recruit. Now, this could really help UCLA recruiting. UCLA hasn't been known. Chip Kelly's not known as a recruiter, even at Oregon. He won with less talented rosters, but a mastermind game plan, revolutionary at the time, hurry-up offense. Miles Sanders. Okay, I might have to. After that, I might have to cover that too. Unstoppable all-star team. All right, whatever. Okay, point is, staying on topic. This could really help UCLA because UCLA has had problems with recruiting. Although have won because of good coaching, and not like recent years they've won. Even they had a couple bad seasons, but even before that, they were still kind of winning. They've won with good coaching, and that's how they've won. Development has been decent over there over the years. I mean, it hasn't been great at all. So, but recruiting, I mean, this could really help UCLA. And same with Oklahoma. Oklahoma, that's one thing that they had struggled with. Oklahoma didn't ever recruit the best in the Big 12. Now that they're in the SEC, they can recruit much better. Oklahoma would average maybe an 11 to 15 ranking. Now they can consistently recruit in the top 10, maybe the top 5. So this helps Oklahoma and UCLA. But we're not talking about Oklahoma and Texas. I've already made that video. This could really help UCLA. USC, though, I don't know. It feels like this is going to hurt them a little bit, honestly. I think it's best to just dominate out west. Why not? Instead of going through the grueling Big Ten. Why would you? I mean, stay fresh. Kind of like Clemson had. Clemson for years and years. It's probably changed a little bit now because the ACC's gotten better. But Clemson for years and years would just ease on through the ACC schedule with no injuries, and they would become fresh in the playoffs. That's what USC could do in the Pac-12. But instead, they want to go through the grueling Big Ten, and they're going to be beat up by playoff time. I mean, USC could probably pull up an upset or two if they made the playoffs in the future. And I'm talking about the future, not next year. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs next year. I mean, they could, but that's a long shot in my opinion. Why not be fresh, Like Clemson was for years and years, Well, why not be the fresh, and pull up an upset or two in the playoff? Why not, And and get pretty much a free playoff ticket. I mean, if they were as dominant as they were in the 2000s, they'll probably win the Pac-12. At the very least, every 80% of the time, 4 out of 5 years, 8 out of 10 years, maybe even more than that. Maybe 5 years in a row, 9 out of 10 years. They won't win 10 years in a row. 9 out of 10. Wait, no, that's probably not going to happen. But I mean, at least like 8 out of 10 years, they could win the Pac-12. Maybe like they'll win it 5 years in a row. Maybe, they could really dominate the Pac-12. They really could. But instead they want to, they want to change. They're going a different direction. How many years would they win the Big Ten in 5 years? Well, in the Pac-12, you'd win it 4 out of 5 years or all 5 years. Like I'm talking about the future, obviously. But now in the Big Ten, once out of 5, twice out of 5 years. I mean, Ohio State's tough. Michigan is too. Michigan State is too. Penn State is too. Iowa is too. Wisconsin is too. Minnesota's building a decent program. Nebraska, I'm not even going to get to that. Purdue's a decent program too. Nebraska has the possibility of becoming a decent program. Indiana, if they get back up the stride, could be a decent pro. I mean, this is tough. It's SEC Junior. So, I don't know. I think it's best for USC to move to I think it's best for UCLA to probably move to the Big Ten to get better recruiting. USC, though, I don't know. I'm a little bit, I think it's better for them to stay out west. That's my opinion, though. I mean, maybe they want, well, I don't know what they're going, probably money. That's probably what they're going to the Big Ten for, probably money. So, that answers your question. But I don't know any football reasons why would they be going to the Big Ten. They could literally just dominate, win 8 out of 10 Pac-12 titles, maybe win 5 in a row, but no, they, instead of dominating the Pac-12, they want to go to the grueling Big Ten, where they'll probably be, or, maybe they could be the best program, but, it's going to be, Ohio State's tough, where, they'll probably be the second best program for a little bit. At times, they might be the best. At times, they might be third or fourth. I mean, Michigan State, Penn State, they're real. So is well, no. The cornfield schools are consistent, but I don't think they'll, USC, they're not on that level. But there are teams who are, though, like I said. 4 teams I mentioned over and over. They'll probably be in the Big Ten West, though. But if they did have divisions and they were set up in the Big Ten West, well, maybe they could dominate that. And if they, go 11-1, the only difference between the Big Ten West and the Pac-12, the only difference between those two is you gotta win your Pac-12. You gotta win the Big Ten title game. The Pac-12 it'd be no problem. Well, in the Big Ten title, you're gonna play a team really good from the Big Ten East. So you're gonna play a really good team. So guaranteed. But what's likely is that they go away from divisions. You're gonna have to play a bunch of good teams anyways. So I'm just letting y'all know the facts. These are just the facts. So in UCLA, they'll get better recruiting, so they'll improve as a program. That's my opinions on it. This isn't finalized. Honestly, I don't care for the move because it doesn't involve my conference. We'll welcome Texas and Oklahoma in, and we'll show them what SEC ball is about. That being said, peace and go Dogs. See y'all later. Woo. USC and UCLA to the Pac-12. Very, very interesting. See y'all later.